All right. We got Vernon Speak Sports on the line to talk Auburn. Yeah, Bo Nix coming off a season which he completed 60% of his passes, which in this day and age isn't necessarily the best. You had Mac Jones at 77%. Now, that's obviously the high end. That was like the best figure in the history of college football, but
Right.
65% seems to be about where these guys are throwing at this point. 12 touchdowns, 7 picks. Again, not the best ratio there, but he also adds the running element to it. When we look at his threats downfield, who do we pick up? Who do we lose at wide receiver?
Arguably, I mean, you can't discount the loss of Seth Williams, who, definitely a clutch wide receiver, good for the deep throws, good for a game-winning back shoulder throw. Sometimes he had his flaws as well, but overall, it's just hard to replace that production readily. And then you talk about the prospect of, Anthony Schwartz. When he gets his hands on the football, some things can happen. He's one of the fastest, or was one of the fastest college football players in the country. You have to replace that talent with, guys like Kobe Hudson, right down the road from Troup County High School in LaGrange, Georgia. He's going to be a guy that they're going to depend on. Xavion Capers is a guy that they're going to have to look upon. Shedrick Jackson. And I think when we talk about going into spring football for Auburn, one of the biggest questions, one of the biggest thumbnails of the spring is who's going to be that next breakout receiver. And then if you look at it historically, Auburn has just never had that receiver that just scared the crap out of you. Like, say, for instance, the receiver from Devontae Smith from Alabama. He scared the crap out of you. You had to account for him. That is on your bulletin board as a defensive coordinator. How are we going to stop him? I don't think many Auburn fans can name a guy. Now, we've had some good ones, but we just haven't had a guy that just really kept defenses off balance. And I think that's something that Auburn is going to want to look at moving forward. Because if you think about all of the teams that have won national championships in the last few years, they've had elitism at wide receiver.
No question about that. It's become a passing game, and you need those guys that can change the game, not just move the sticks, but get the chunk plays that you need in this day and age.